Hello everyone, it is me, Laura Marie Eberle, the homemade. No, I'm not anybody's maid, but it's a great little play on words. Tonight I'm doing something really exciting. I'm surprising my husband. He has no clue that this is happening. He knows that I'm cooking dinner, but he wants to make sure that I'm off my feet because I had injections into my knees today called Euflexa. It's part of one of the disorders that I have with my autoimmune diseases, and the psoriatic arthritis attacked my knees. Long story short, this helps me. Ask your orthopedic surgeon, rheumatologist, see if that may work for you. It's called Euflexa. Anyway, we are here to talk about a fabulous surprise dinner for your loved one. Why not? It's been 20 years for us. 20. And tonight we're alone. Our son is at the Marine Boot Camp in Paris Island, and our daughter is out on a phenomenal little date with her little boyfriend, who's also named Alex. And they are going to be gone, so we have the house to ourselves. So excited about that. So what are we making? We are going to make some gorgeous Delmonico steaks. I'm going to go ahead and put the broiler on high. So that is in there. I also have my broiler pan in there so it gets nice and hot. We are also going to be making artichokes. You're like, artichokes, raw artichokes? What do I do with that? Well, I'm going to show you. We need to take these first. We're going to take all 4 of them and we are going to put them in this boiling pot of water. I did add a little bit of salt, not very much, but just a little bit. These need to cook from anywhere between 20 and 40 minutes. Watch when you drop them in because it's going to boil. Now, the problem with an artichoke is they float, and therefore they will not evenly disperse. Take another lid that is heavier. That will keep your artichokes down. And if that doesn't work, flip it the other way. That worked better. And as you know, I do this in real time. So I'm going to show you that they're all now submerged. And I'm going to hit my timer for 20 minutes. And basically what you are looking for, hopefully you can see that in there. Yes, you can. Let me get a little closer. So what I did was put a lid in there. They're boiling. And what they're going to do is get nice and tender. And I will take a knife into the actual stem and poke at it in about, let me set the timer for the wrong time. I'm going to start it off at 20, anywhere between 20 and 40 minutes. And what we are going to do is, I'm going to show you have them dipped over in butter. And you eat like the little flesh off of them. It's really delicious. So what I've also done in the meantime, that's going to take the longest. I'm going to fry up, saute, better terminology, some onions that I had left over from other meals. And I have baked potatoes that I actually put in the microwave, and they actually kind of deflated it a little bit. So they're a little overcooked, but oh well, what the hell. We are gonna have a lot of fun tonight. I am so excited. I wanna show you what I did over here that he has no clue. Actually, I'm just gonna leave this here because that's set up correctly. Well, first thing we're going to do is, okay, I looked all over the place. Can you see that from over there? No, you can't. That's okay. I'll bring them over here. Let's move our steaks. They go in. I have these beautiful little napkin rings. Aren't they pretty? I think so. I could not find my beautiful, oh, they're gorgeous. My beautiful cloth napkins. So guess what? We are going to use paper towels. I'm just going to fold them. I don't know if you saw me do the hair bow These are Bounty paper towels. They're like the three kind. So I am just going to fold these in 3, and then I'm going to fold them in the middle and fold it out, okay? And then fold it once more like this. And look, it looks like a little bit of tie. Can you see that? Now we take our ring, put it in there, go straight to the middle. And it actually looks like a for real beautiful cloth paper. I mean, napkin, like nice. So again, 3 sheets, fold them in half, or in thirds, fold it in, wait, no, in, out. Trying to be quick because he's on his way home. And in again, okay? Fold them just like this. Now, I'm doing this real time too, so can you. I'm going to turn this burner on medium because I'm going to start sauteing my onions. And I'm going to walk you over to my table that I have set. I pulled out our china, our good china. We are celebrating our 20th anniversary this year. And we're really excited. We've been through a lot, as all marriages are. I'm just grabbing silverware. I'm going to grab some beautiful silverware that I have. It was given to us at our wedding. And I can find pieces that match. If not, I don't think you're jealous anyway. But I will. That's just me. That's just us. And I bet you it's already in there. That's okay. So, and these steak knives too. Sorry about that. Should have had that prepared. Didn't, but that's okay. Real time. I've always told you real time. So let's take these over with this. I'm going to take the camera with me so you can see what I've done. Okay, let's take a look. Let me unplug this. Okay, so here's my dining room. Now he loves ketchup and A1, so I have to do that. So I went outside. These are not store-bought flowers. These are literally from my outside. I'll tell you, now I'm going to take, I took a charger. If you don't know what a charger is, it is this plastic little thing. These are my Christmas ones, but guess what? Red is for sexy tonight, okay? All right. I'm going to take my little pretend paper napkin right there. And we're just going to set our table. Actually, I did it backwards. Forks go on the left. Wait, no, that's correct. Forks go on the right. Or on the left. That's correct. Okay. We have our beautiful steak knives that I purchased. Now, these are for our artichokes from, thank you, a neighbor across the street. She brought these over. She said she had those. And I said, oh, they're beautiful. And don't you know, she gave them to me for free. Thank you so much. How sweet it is to have neighbors. We have a beautiful butter knife, right? This is actually my gravy boat tray. Going to do the other side. Now, I decided to sit across from each other because I want to speak to my husband. I want to enjoy my husband. And so here we are. We're going to set our table. I even have little salt shakers. The knife always goes towards the plate on the inside, just so you know that. Okay? And our fork. If I, now I'm not going by some fancy-dancy rules here. I'm just doing it for us, and my husband will appreciate this more than words can say. So basically, there's my table setting. And these are bubble glass that I found from the Depression era. And you know, you just pick up things. Go to the thrift store, for goodness sake. I love the thrift store. Got this at the thrift store. It's an old antique chair, and it's carved with an E for Eberle. I think it's for Eberle. Anyway, so here are my flowers. Let me just tell you what they are very quickly. These are lamb's tail, Lazy Susan, Woodgelia, boxwood, believe it or not, boxwood. This is, I can't remember what the heck it's called, but it's pretty. This is, thank you, Joe, for telling me that this is Spirea, or Spiriva, Spirea, that's it, Spirea, hollyberry, holly, and just decided to put it all together and zip tied it. Here's my zip tie hidden in there. And that is a vase that my husband gave to me many, many eons ago. And these are all the flowers that my husband gave to me. There's, oh gosh, thousands of them in there that my best friend Joanna gave me many years ago when we had my wedding shower. And I filled up those. I started with our first anniversary and my son's baptism. And I started the flowers there. And these are actually hi, here I am. I have a messy bun, hot bun. I will show you how to do these. It's so fast, so easy. Anyway, for some reason, they love this little look that we have going on here. And it's cute. So, but anyway, these are the lamb's wool. These are about 5 years old. Oh, I told you guys how to do these. These are fake nails. Yes, they are. And I stuck these on, and usually I do them overnight, but I did a little trick that I'll teach you real fast. Use a hair dryer. Heat up the nail, not too hot so you don't burn yourself, but then they will stick on. You don't have to worry. So here we are, back to our artichokes. We have approximately 11 minutes left to check on them. Now, our steaks are only going to take approximately, gosh, these are little. Let me wash my hands since we were running around. So what we're going to do is season our steaks. I already did on one side. Let me see if you can see me over here. Not so much. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, hopefully I'm not in the way. I'll try not to be in the way. Okay, I'll stay on this side. So anyway, I'm going to throw some butter in this pan. First I'm going to throw extra virgin olive oil because it will, first of all, it will make your butter not burn. This is for my onions. And I'm going to put some, here are my knives. I'm going to just, not that much butter, a half a stick of butter in there. Whoa, hot pan. So let's get that off the heat. Had that sitting there a little bit too long, but that's okay, because then it'll make the butter a little nutty. Yeah, nutty butter. Fine by me. Because the onions are going to want to be sauteed anyway. So there they go. There's the butter. And we're going to saute our onions. But in the meantime, I need to flavor the other side of my steaks. I like to put a little bit of olive oil on here just so that they don't stick, and mainly so the stuff that I put on it sticks. And I have little brushes. I don't know where the little top went to this, but here it is. It will still work. These are Delmonicos. I bought them at Lampert's, which is our local butcher. Love them. They've been around since, oh my gosh, the 20s. This is Himalayan sea salt. Pink Himalayan sea salt I love. This is the chunkier version, which I love even more for cooking. And I'm going to put a handful in, and I'm going to sprinkle that around. It will dissolve. Seems like a lot of salt, but pink Himalayan sea salt has a very, yes, it's salty, but it is a bit of a milder salt. And of course, fresh cracked pepper. Not too much. You don't want to overpower your steak. So we're just going to let these sit. These have been sitting at room temperature, okay, for at least an hour, because you want to make sure, and you can tell by the bottom of the plate if it's cold or warm, if they are ready to be cooked. So I'm going to set these to the side because they're not ready to go in yet. They will literally take 3 minutes on each side, 3 minutes on each side, because I am only wanting them to be medium rare, if not more on the rare side. So here we go. We're going to just take up. This little onion has been in the refrigerator too long. Bye-bye. So let's check on this little onion. How is it doing? Well, get rid of that little green piece and get myself a beautiful onion. Oh, my brand new knives. I told you before in a different one. I believe it was Morning Save or Trendy at Wendy. One of those fantastic deals that they have every day on ET or Good Morning America. I don't really watch that show very often, to be quite honest with you, but I do sign up for Morning Save, and they tell me every day what is on sale, and I've got some fantastic bargains. This is another onion that has been in the refrigerator a little bit too long, so I'm going to make sure I get rid of these yucky parts right there. And this is just a little topper for my steak. Like I said, I also have the baked potatoes in there, and I was going to do bacon, but unfortunately couldn't find it. I'll try to find it, because otherwise I would have some bacon on our baked potatoes and have them be, you know, super ultimate. I actually might do those as twice baked since they've been in there too long. And that would be something, if I have enough time to do, I most certainly will do that. Let's get the skin off of there, get all the gross crap off of there. I need to wash that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is get rid of the gucky part of the onion. All we want is a nice white, nice pearly white part of the onion. Let's get that. Be careful with your new sharp knives. Let's do the right thing. Really wipe that. Set that to the side. Okay. I don't want any skin in my pan. Yes, it's nice and brown, but it's not burnt. My butter is not burnt. So this is how you chop. Use your hands. Make sure you use your knuckle. Okay, nice, fine. Whiz it up in a food processor on the slicing motion. Go for it. Use what you have. Use what makes your life easier, for goodness sake. Buy it on sale. Kohl's is fabulous with sales like that. Plus a 30% off coupon if you have their charge. If you have one of those 30% off coupons and you've already used it, do me a favor, pass it down to the next person in line and say, hey, do me a favor and pass that down to the next person in line. I'm hoping that you can see this. Yes, you can, but let's zoom in just a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. Okay. Still waiting for my cutting boards to come. I will, eventually. So it's just my husband and I, so I'm not going to do a ton, but you know, the onions actually do cook down quite a bit. Now I just have this on low medium heat right now, because as you saw, the butter and olive oil decided to brown up quite quickly, but you know what? It is going to taste delicious. It'll have extra flavor. It's not going to, if this were black, I'd say forget it, but it's not. It's toasty and yummy. Now let's turn it up to a medium heat. I'm going to throw a bit of salt in there. Yes, I already had salted butter, but I personally like salt. A little bit of pepper, fresh, cracked black pepper. You can see that. Now we're going to see this. Here we go. Sorry, I am learning how to work this new camera that I have. And let's put these in here. Give it a nice little sizzle. If I had mushrooms, I would have put mushrooms in there too. My husband does love mushrooms. Use the opposite side of your knife. or also use a scraper. These are awesome. Bought this at the dollar store. I'm gonna have to wash it. Depending on if I find my bacon, I'm going to use some scallions, or these are called, what are they called? Concussion. Green onions. Thank you, brain. You kicked in. Scallions or green onions. This part is a great part. I have already cleaned them pretty much. And you just rip the skin off, cut the tip, cut the root off. And I don't know about your grandfather, but my grandfather absolutely loved to have these with a salt dip. And I actually found some salt dips. They are little teeny tiny little dishes that you put kosher salt in, or regular salt, and you dip them in and you eat your green onions. It was something that was a favorite of my grandfather. He absolutely loved them. God bless him. And I missed them desperately. Now you can see here on our steaks, right? Look at our steaks. That salt is starting to melt. That's what we want to happen. And we are going to put those in. Let's switch. There we go. Turn that up to medium high. Now I could turn my fan on. I'm looking. I have about 1:57 left, and my good old artichokes are artichoking, whatever they're supposed to be doing, and looking good. Now, something that I absolutely love to do, and have not shown you how to do it, but I'm going to explain it. Okay. Always keep your handles turned in or out. You don't want a little person coming over and whacking it down. Anyway, what is in this? Can't see it. Now you can. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Clean up a little bit. Clean as you go. Less mess for my fantastic husband to clean up, because he will never let me clean up after I've cooked. Thank goodness for that. And that's fine by me. So what this is that I have in here is a softened stick of butter. I have a bit of kosher salt. I allowed it to melt down. It's a bit of kosher salt, parsley flakes, and minced garlic. That's all that's in here. And what I've allowed it to do, if you don't know how to do this, it's okay. Just practice. Keep it away from yourself and flip. Okay? They're sauteing, they're doing their thing. Life is good. So we have these, I call them little butter balls. And what I like to use is a melon baller. Yep, this was my grandmother's. Look, there's our artichokes. Let's take a look and see if they are ready to come out. Let me bring you over. Okay, let's take a look. First of all, let's be very careful. Oh, there went our melon baller. All right. I just scrubbed the cord, and I have I always have a clean soapy Dawn rag and a wet rag to clean everything up in case I do drop something. Got salad fork, salad tongs right here. I'm not burning myself. I've been there, done that too many times. Move this to the side. Let's take a look at our artichokes. How we're going to tell that they're done is the stem. Okay, they're still boiling. Now what we're going to do, onions here. Okay, I'm going to take a very sharp knife and see if they are, I can't get it all the way through. See, I cannot get it all the way through yet. That one's pretty close. And also on the stem, it's hot, careful. Nope, I would say probably another 10 minutes. Put your lid back on carefully so that they're weighed down. Okay, timer, 10 more minutes, and let them boil. Okay, off back to our steak and onions. Okay, sorry for the crazy camera action going on here. Back to our butter balls, right? Okay, melon baller. What I did is I put it in the freezer, and I'm just, well, they're not going to want to work with me today because I usually make it flat, and I thought, gee, I'll try it and see if I can do it. What the heck? Well, then what we're going to do is improvise. Let's take this little knife, cut it in half, kind of make it look as pretty as you can. What this is going to do is go right on top of the steak. So, all right. Oh, that looks pretty good. Okay, I learned this in Germany with my friend Caroline, and we have started talking. I love it. I missed her so much, and we found each other on Facebook, and we have been chatting daily ever since. She's in France right now with her family, and so basically this is where I learned to love garlic butter on steak. Yes. Okay, here we go. Flip it one more time. They look pretty darn good. They're starting to get nice and caramelized on the outside. Look at that. Oh yes. Yum! Yum! So here we go. I'm going to put these back in the freezer so that they stay like that. Now, I would have liked them to look pretty, little melon balls, but you know what? Once you see them on top of the steak, you're gonna see it'll just melt down to be fabulous. So I'm gonna put that back in the freezer, and I'll put those on those little bowls, those little butter or bubble dishes that I showed you earlier. And it is so delicious. I'm washing these again really quickly. They're a little buttery. And like I told you about these fake nails, I'm telling you, you can wash your hands, you can go into the pool, you can, oh my goodness. Let me text my husband very quickly. Hey, Siri. She's not going to allow me to do that, is she? But that's okay. I know he's on the way. I'll hear the garage door. And Walter, little Walter, will let me know. I'm going to turn that down because they're almost done. They're caramelized. They're fabulous. Let's back up. So let's put our steaks in, because the biggest thing that we have to do with our steaks is allow them to rest. What the heck is she talking about? Steaks need to rest? Yes, they have to rest. So I have my broiler on high right now, and it actually shut off because, and yes, you know what? My pan looks like that. It is 16 years old. It has flavor on it. It is what it is, and it won't come off, and it's not gonna hurt anybody. It's just a little extra seasoning, you know? Now it just popped back on. If you have an electric stove, your broiler will be underneath. I prefer to broil my steaks in the oven, not on a open flame or a grill. Some people prefer it, some people don't. It's up to you. Me, I know I can control this. Nice and hot. Great little sizzle. You can see that? Yes, you can. And nice salt sizzle. Watch, here we go. My nephew, Andrew, I love you, made me this fantastic tool in wood shop that I still use all the time. And it is literally for the oven. Put that back in and shut it. But, because I don't want my broiler to shut off, I'm going to stick that in there like that. I'm going to set my timer on here for 3 minutes. Yes, you heard me. 3 minutes for those steaks. Let's check on everything else that's going on. Artichokes say about 5 more minutes. Our onions are absolutely gorgeous. Let's set those off to the side because those are done. Yes. Now that is nice and hot right there. So what I'm going to do, because I told you we need our steaks to rest. This is really hot. Make sure you have oven safe ware, okay? That is up to say 600 degrees or so. I am going to protect this one bit more by putting a sheet on top of here and setting it right there. And this will warm itself up. Therefore, when my steaks are ready to rest, I have my tin foil to go so that they are ready to rest. And I'll have those ready to sit there and just hang out. Minimum, steaks need to rest for a minimum of 8 to 10 minutes. Seriously. And the reason why I have a piece of dry steak, dry turkey, dry chicken, dry anything is because you have not allowed it to rest. What the rest does is allows all the juices to return back into the meat and redistribute themselves in there. So actually, let me show this a little bit more. Just want to vent a little bit. So you see our artichokes, they're doing their thing. That looks good. Our baked potatoes. Yeah, you know what? You can probably see that, can't you? Let's see. They look a little overdone. Oh well, such is life. I will just heat them up a little bit and we're just going to have regular baked potatoes with sour cream and butter. Butter's already on the table, as you could see. And we are just waiting to flip our steaks. Let's back this up and you can see I'm going to flip them. Looking forward to my hubby to come home. And I do have dessert ready, but it's not on the menu. You know what I mean, right? Whoop. You know what I mean, right? Right, like, come on, like this. 20 years, some excitement left, right? Come on, that's how you keep romance and life alive. It's all fabulous. Let's see if I can find a salt dip to show you what they look like. Do, do, do. La, la, la. Let's take a look. Oh, I didn't plug them. Okay, time to flip. Let's get over here. Flip our steaks. Andrew, thank you for this. Laura loves it. Look at that. Timer. I'm going to do again. Oh. 3 more minutes. Okay, I'm gonna flip these suckers. I'm serious, it's all it takes. Make sure your pan is on the highest setting possible. And again, I've got my little, I'm gonna see if I can find a salt dip for you all. Ah, there is one. Okay, this is what I'm gonna put it on this side here, so it won't turn off. That's just so that my broiler will not turn off. Okay, in the meantime, this is a salt dip. Teeny tiny, so freaking cute. Found this at a garage sale. And all you do is fill this up with some kosher salt or regular salt, whatever you have. See? And back in the day, every Thanksgiving table, every Christmas table, every table had your green onions and these and a salt dip. And pop it in, get your salt. Brings me back. Everybody gets their own salt dip. Nothing like a scallion green onion with a tiny bit of salt. It is so good. Such a good snack. So good for you. Yes. And you can eat all the way up as far as you want. Or save these cut them off, use them as garnish. Why not? Let's use them for garnish. Oh, that's so good. Mmm, yes. Okay. We now have artichokes are done. And I know they are done this time. Oh yes, they are done. I hope you're able to see me eat that green onion. If not, sorry about that. Green onions, artichokes are done. Let's get ourselves a colander so they can just drain and be happy little guys. Oh, I sound like Bob Lee, or what's his name? The happy little trees that used to wear to me. What was his name? Oh, Bob, the painter guy. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, he was so wonderful. He was so kind. What a great man. He was from Pittsburgh. The painter. If you know who he is, you know who I'm talking about. Do me a favor. Okay, our steaks are done also. Turn that off, clear off. Boom. Turn these upside down so they can actually drain. One, inevitably, does not like to follow suit. They look like, what in the hell is she going to do with this? You'll see. So delicious, so yummy. And just let them drain. Move this back. Out of here. Okay. Let's get our steak. Oh, see, now that plate is so nice and warm, ready to, oh, there goes our smoke alarm. It's okay. My dog hates that. What we do is just hurry up. It's okay, Waltu. Mommy, up. Of course it happens every time. My steaks are done and my dog is freaking out. And he hates that, my poor baby. So sorry about that. I'm sorry, Wochu. It's okay. It's okay. Got the steaks out. They're now resting comfortably. Yeah, I know. Shut that. Turn it off. It's done. Okay. Our steaks are under here. You didn't get the chance to see that. Let's take a peek. Okay. Inside here, there's no heat. They're just in there, hanging out happily. I'm going to take these and put these on my table. And I also told my husband, I said, you know what? I needed some champagne for our sauce. I don't need champagne for my sauce. I just wanted to have some champagne to have with my husband this evening. So, and he likes mimosas. So I made sure I got mimosas. And we're gonna do a quick little cleanup here. Because let's set our timer. I'm gonna flip this upside down. And timer. Let's do 8 minutes for them to rest, okay? So now let's move over here. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with the artichokes. First thing we're going to do is take this and we are going to, well, let's take the rest of this first. We are going to melt our butter. Clean this off again, like I said. I have these all ready to rock and roll. And another half a stick. Let's cut that up just so it melts evenly. Okay. I'm gonna pop this into my microwave and bring the artichokes over to you so you can see what's going to happen with them. And here are my sad looking potatoes. Oh well, when I plunge them, that's what I used to call them with my dad. Anyway, I'm going to cook these for 20 seconds at a time for the butter to melt, okay? So whenever I reheat these little potatoes back up, you know what, I'm just gonna pop them in the oven because the oven's hot enough. This is a way to just save a little bit of energy. And I'm going to take a little green onion and just a little bit of garnish. My husband's not a big raw onion fan, but he does like cooked. And the little green scallions, they just look so darn pretty. And I hope you can see what I'm doing. No, you can't. Now you can. Just little teeny tiny circles, right? That's what these little green onions are for. Scallions are freaking fabulous. So I'm just going to sprinkle this over the top of my already cooked onions after I get rid of the grease, because we'll pass on the grease. And let me grab a, well, it's a little bit big, but it's okay. Oh, my butter. It is almost melted, so another 20 seconds on there. There we go. Oh, sorry, I turned you a little weirdo. It's okay. Let's try that again. There we go. Sorry, a little bit of, what do you call it? Vertigo happening there for you all. Sorry about that. So, our little artichokes are hot, first of all, okay? They drained upside down. Oh, they're super tender. See that? That's what you want. And what you'll be able to do is, I'm going to make an example out of this little artichoke. Okay, this little guy. First of all, let's move the little onions, because I'm going to sprinkle those over top. Okay, I'm going to put all 4 of those in a nice little bowl. And I will show you how we are going to make this happen all together. Because I'm obviously not going to plate everything until my husband comes home, and he shall be surprised. Not that I made dinner, but that the dinner is going to be even more fabulous than he imagined. So let's stir this up. It's just good old melted salted butter. Now, if you've never had an artichoke like this, my goodness, you do not know what you're missing. My husband's home. He's home. He's home. He's home. Hold on. I have got to go and light the candles. Okay, hold on. All right. All right. Candle 1 lit. Candle 2 lit. All right. Now it's ready. Okay. He has no idea. No clue. No clue. No clue. So, a little bit of butter in here. Okay. You can put your whole artichoke in here if you want to. What you'll do is you'll peel each one back. Okay. You see this right here. This is the meat right there. Can you see that? That's the meat of the artichoke. You take it in your melted butter. Dip it in there. Hi, honey. And watch. Oh my goodness, it is so good. Yes, it is so good. See, you just eat that little bit of it off. It is so good. Yes. Are you ready to eat, honey?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Well, take a look in there, please.
Where?
The dining room.
Huh?
Yeah, take a look in the dining room.
Oh, cool.
And you can also eat the stems. Dip those in butter. They're yummy. So I'm going to put these in, and my husband and I are going to have a phenomenal romantic dinner. And sometimes things are not made by a TV for children. There's our cheese. I could have put it in a smaller plate, but that's okay. It's good to go. You see that? Yes. It just looks pretty. And like I said, we are going to garnish that with a little bit of scallion, just to make it look a little bit fresher and a little prettier. Okay, so our steaks are ready in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Let's grab our potatoes out of the oven because they reheated. Hopefully, even though they're looking a little sad, they're hot. Yes, they're hot. I put them in the microwave for another minute, and then they're ready to go. So everything now we are going to put on the table. Ready? So here's our little butter and our artichokes. Honey, can you grab the onions? And put our artichokes right. Whoops. See, mistakes happen all the time. Salt over the shoulder. Okay. Our steaks. Look, now you see the juicy fabulousness of our steaks. Look at that. How about that, sweetie? What do you think? Look at the flowers. I picked those myself. Are you surprised? Yeah. Surprise. He's really surprised. Okay, look at my beautiful table. And we're just going to put the butter in the bottom of these little bowls. And our baked potatoes. Put everything together. And we are going to enjoy a fantastic meal right here. And I hope that you all enjoyed watching me make it, because I enjoyed making it for you. And there's our flowers, our candles, and our night has just begun. So enjoy your evening. Make every night a special night. Ta-da! Have a good night. Bye-bye. Thank you.